All right, it is Thursday, February 1. It's about 11:20 a.m. right now on the West Coast, and I wrapped up my day, I don't know, about an hour ago. Traded a little bit later than I normally do because I actually had to miss about an hour and a half of my trading session today to take care of my daughter and get her to school in the morning. So because of that, and I only had one trade at the time that I had to stop, I went ahead and stayed on a little bit longer, and probably could have even stayed on longer than that, but just didn't want to kind of overtrade or do anything too much today. Um, Today wasn't bad. 3 and 1. Managed to get all of the accounts that I traded today in the green, including the account that had the loss. So PA2, you could see I was 1 and 0, made $51. Evaluation 22, 1 and 0, $51. Evaluation 23, I was 1 and 1. I actually moved my stop on what was going to be the loss, and I traded 3 contracts on that one, and then I actually added a runner, or didn't add a runner, I added a contract in the middle of the losing trade to try to make up for a little bit, kind of like the way Alpine Trader does it. I'll get into it and kind of show it to you. You could go look at my live stream to see it as well. But $84, I got out like minus 30 something dollars on the losing trade, and then got a winner with 3 contracts. So ended up in the green on that one. Evaluation 27, 1 and 0, and evaluation 33, 1 and 0. And 3 of these accounts were traded at the same time on my first trade. So I'll talk about that as well. But all in all, not a bad day. 3 and 1, 75%. I'm now 10 and 1 on the week for 91%, and 49 and 12 overall for the year 2024. So 49, 12, 80%, not too bad. And yeah, I'm just here documenting my journey trading Apex trader funding accounts. I've got a bunch of evaluations and 2 active funded PA accounts. So might as well just get right into talking about the trades. I don't want this to be a long video. And if you like how I'm showing all of my accounts, actually, yeah, if you like how I'm showing all of my accounts and showing my P&Ls every day and balances, and just showing everything wins and losses, please like and subscribe these videos. Would love for the channel to grow eventually. But meanwhile, this is really mostly just for me to be able to look back and see where I came from and where I'm going, and I'm adjusting things along the way. And so like today, there was a trade on my loss where I did things a little bit differently. And I do want to kind of see if there's things like that I can do along the way on evaluations for now only, not on my PAs. So let's get all this stuff off the screen, and I'll get into the trades. All right, so when I started today, it was about 6:45 or so, kind of somewhere in this neighborhood. By the time I had everything on, charts on, the stream turned on, because I'm live streaming now, it was probably, I don't know, probably closer to 7, I guess, by the time I figured out the stream. Sometimes I'm still not sure what I'm doing getting that stream started. And there wasn't a lot of PA price action, and it's kind of very rangy looking, just as an example, kind of looking like that. I'm not drawing that stuff anymore. I'm not drawing channels, but I had that in mind in my head. And my first trade, basically we had a strong move up through the EMA, and I liked that it tested the EMA, and felt good about it bouncing there. And why isn't, let me see why the trade marker is not showing up here. 1 second here. All right, so now you can see where I entered the trade and exited. And as you can see, most of these trades, I'm getting a lot more than my profit target that I'm going for. And I do want to test out eventually being able to just have my stop move up to where I want my profit target to be, and then try to capture more. And as the price moves up, to have my trailing stop just keep moving up, kind of like ticks at a time. Like every 4 ticks up, it moves up 2 or something like that. And I think I'll be able to capture more of these moves by doing that, but still locking in my scalp. I might have to give up like a tick or so, potentially. And if there's slippage on the stop market orders, I might lose some of my profit on the scalps. But this is a really good example of like, once it got going, there was no pullback. So I definitely could have captured somewhat more. So that's something I want to test out and try as an idea. And like I was talking about before, like continuing to modify things as I move along in my journey here. That's something I do want to try, because on NQ, you can, just this move alone. Let's see, just this move alone from my entry, the whole move was 40 points, so even if I just got some of it, let's say I only got to here, 20, 21 points, is entirely possible, depending on how I manage the trade. So that's something I want to try eventually. So then that was trade 1. That was at about 7:25 in the morning. And then I had to stop right around 8 o'clock. So I didn't see anything else I liked. And then right around 8 o'clock, I had to stop. And I wasn't back until about 9:10, 9:15, somewhere in this area here. And by the time I came back, I had switched to a different chart. This chart had gotten a loss at that point. So when I started the day, I had 2 charts that had no losses for the entire session. I had 2 charts that had all wins except for 1 loss, like in the overnight somewhere, I think. And so once this chart got a loss, I wasn't going to trust trading it again until it got some more wins in a row. So I was looking at some other charts when I got back. And so when I came back, I looked at this chart here. Let me bring it up. So when I came back, I was looking at this chart, and this chart had 1 loss on it, but were all wins otherwise up to the point that I took a trade. And what I was kind of thinking in my mind, and I wasn't back long before this trade set up, but what I was kind of thinking in my mind was that we had this kind of range, and whether the range is here or here, this is kind of like an area that's a little dangerous, because it looks like we broke out of the range and potentially could be retesting it, and it could be playing support here. But because, the range could be there or it could be there, you could either be inside it or bouncing off of it. Not that I'm looking at the chart that way, but that was in my mind. And so a lot of times after you have a breakout that fails, you could get an entry off the EMA that fails as well. And so this one was a little bit weird. This is not how I'm typically trading. And also the other thing I should mention is, because I was coming back and it was after 9:15 already when I was going to take another trade. And usually I'm looking to stop trading by around this time if I had been here all morning. Because of that, I was already kind of hesitant to take a trade here. And so I had switched off my PA. I didn't even get a trade on my other PA. I just decided it wasn't worth it to risk the PA this late. And thankfully that's what I did, because this would have turned into a loss. And you see the next bar went under immediately. Now, because I was only on an evaluation, I decided, I've been watching Alpine Trader. I talk about him from time to time. And if you don't watch him, you should check him out, because he's having amazing success on Apex, his funded accounts right now, getting lots of payouts. But what he does is, he's willing to risk his account on any one of his given trades, his scalps. And so I decided, since it was an evaluation, and I kind of had reason to believe, like I was thinking it would retest, just because it was such a strong leg up here. I kind of believed that it would go for a retest of these highs. Now, I'm not drawing these things, and so when I draw it, if I draw it like this, it actually has a new high and a break all in one bar. So you might not see a retest of it, but I wasn't drawing that, of course. I'm just going by my strategy that if I'm on a winning chart, I take the trade. And so this one would have lost, but because I kind of had that thought in my mind, I thought it might be one of those situations where it takes out the stop just to then go up and run up anyway where I thought it was going to go. And so I just took the chance on moving the stop all the way out of the way where the account would have blown up if it kept going down. I was willing to sacrifice an evaluation in this situation just to kind of try out this idea. And what I also did was I was in this account, this trade for 3 contracts. I actually added 1 extra contract here, kind of like Alpine style. He does that. And it turned against me right away. And adding that contract actually made me come really close within my trailing stop to get busted out of the account and blow it up. But thankfully, I had just enough room within $100 or two that when it turned here, I was able to take a profit on this trade. So if you see here, my entry on this one was 51.50. And I got out at 56. So I was able to recover, or I was able to get, 5.5 points. So 4.5 points on that extra contract, which helped. And then what I did was when it was pushing up, I was kind of trying to manage my stop and my profit target limit order to get the most out of it I could. And I thought where I put it, it would have turned the trade into a winning trade actually, but it was just short of a winning trade. I was like minus $38 when I took the 3 remaining contracts out. So if I played it a little smarter, I could have just moved my stop kind of here and protected the account, and I could have let it just run up at that point. But I didn't really know what I was doing. It was all new to me. I've got to practice doing that sort of thing more, so I feel more comfortable if I do it on an evaluation account during the live market. So really, you can see it just did nothing but move on after that point. I could just been trailing candles, really. I could have put my stop here, then I could put my stop here, could put my stop here, and I would have got taken out eventually all the way up here. That would have been on 3 contracts. I don't know. Maybe I could have even gotten close to passing the account all the way up there. So could have played that better, but I kind of like the idea of what I did here. Now I'm not willing to do that on my my PA accounts at all, because I'm now within 700 of passing or qualifying for a payout on this account. And I haven't had any payouts yet. So I got to really secure a payout just to make it so I'm not playing with my own money anymore on Apex, but I'm playing with their money. And so I wouldn't do that on the PA account. I would have just taken the loss. Would have been a $300 or $400 hit, whatever it was. Maybe only in the 200s if it was on the PA. I guess since I was playing 3 contracts, it would have been a bigger loss. I don't know how much it would have been, honestly, but it would have been a bigger loss on the PA. On the evaluation, I was willing to blow up the account to try this, and it would have worked out. Anyway, I didn't love it. I didn't love what I did. I kind of had a feeling it was going to be a losing trade there, but I was sticking to what I'm trying to do, which is take every entry on winning charts. So that's the loss of the day. Not too bad. Could have been worse. Could have been better. It's kind of a funny, weird one. And then let's move on to my next chart where I took my next 2 trades. All right, so here we go. This is live market. You can see there hasn't been a lot of movement. I stopped trading just after 10, almost 10:30, somewhere in here, and there's just really not much going on since then. It was starting to get really slow already here. So anyway, typically I'd want to be done trading by now, by this 3rd trade. Now this is on the 3rd chart I've traded on for the day, and they're all NQ charts. And I'm taking all my trades on NQ, and here you can see it was an engulfing bar going down. Typically I wouldn't want to take a trade like this going right into the EMA, But because of all the things I've already talked about, where we kind of had a range, we had a breakout that failed, and then we had a new high, and then it failed back in, or it was failing back in. Also, this chart had no losses on it at all for the entire morning or the entire session since yesterday. So because of that, and just trading on evaluation 23 on this one, went ahead and took it, got the win. You can see it went much more. And I actually thought I was trading. No, I did. I traded 3 contracts on this trade. So this trade is what got my account back to green when it was minus $38. Trading 3 contracts on that one, just on that single account. And on my 4th trade, not too much later, I switched to evaluation number 27. And this is the one I thought I had this account set up for 3 contracts. Since it's an evaluation and it's a 50K, but I made a mistake and it was only for 1 contract. So got the win, 1 contract, $51 on there. And then I didn't get a chance to trade accounts 28 and 29. I actually meant to just flip 1 contract account a day before I did this review video. But I'll go ahead and do that when I'm done here, or maybe I'll do it during this video right now when I'm done talking. So yeah, so just 1 account traded on trade 4, 1 account traded on trade 3, going backwards. Trade 2 was just 1 account, evaluation 23. I took that loss, small loss. And then trade 1 here is only trade where I traded 3 accounts. I forgot to talk about this, but trade 1, I traded my PA number 2 and evaluation 22 and 33 at the same time. So that's why when I show my stats here, 3 and 1 for the day, but only 1 loss on 1 account. And then that's why, if you add these up, it doesn't count to 3 and 1. It's more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you can see on 1 trade, I used the trade copier and traded 3 accounts in 1 trade. So just to explain that real quick. And yeah, I guess I might as well just flip a contract live here. So 1 second and let me get it set up. All right, so here we go. See, I'm going to go for, this is on MNQ. I'm just going to trade 1 contract and flip it. I'm going to go for 3 ticks. Try to get 3 ticks and risking 2. Missed it. Okay, so I took a little loss there. And then I'm going to switch accounts. So that was on trade or account 28. Just took a little loss. As you can see on the Rhythmic Pro, lost $3 on that. And so now I'll do it on 29 as well, just to get the day counted. That's the only reason why I'm doing this. And let me get the other account set up. Geez, I thought I was recording. I don't know what I recorded and what I didn't record, but I just flipped a contract on PA number 28 and 29. So hopefully I did that while it was recording. I'm not sure what I just did. So I'll have to take a look when this recording is over, and hopefully I did it the way I was hoping I was doing it, so that it was recorded here on this review video live. But anyway, I think that's it for today. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. So that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. And 71% discounts still going on with Apex. There's no more 1-day pass currently. So I'm sure they'll bring that back at some point. And yeah, please like and subscribe if you're enjoying this content, going over every day with my trades, seeing my trades live on my live stream, and then doing the review here so we can go over the trades I took for the day. and I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to trade my full session tomorrow. Unsure. I might have to take care of my daughter again in the morning, so it'll be a short session. But today, not bad again, considering I had to stop for over an hour during prime time of my session today. Got 4 trades and all counts in the green. So it was a good day by most standards. And yeah, I'm just playing small ball right now, by the way. So not trying to hit home runs. I'm just trying to slowly get to a payout on my PA account and then go from there. So be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching.